everyone, it's Desiree with Everything Horses and Livestock Magazine. Here with me, I have the Commanding General Mounted Color Guard of Fort Riley, Kansas. Is that correct? It is a tongue twister, let me tell you. It took me several times last year to get this right. With me, I have First Sergeant Walters, Sergeant Lopez, correct? So tell us a little bit about the Color Guard and what you guys are doing here at Equifest.
Yeah, so we represent, which the Commanding General of Mounted Color Guard's been around since 1992. And what we get to do is provide that historical link back to Fort Riley's history. They had the Cavalry School, we have General Custer, the Buffalo Soldiers, and the final resting place of Chief. And so we get to keep that historical lineage and represent times past in this new modern era.
That is amazing. How many members are there?
So I have 26 soldiers right now.
Really? Ages?
They range from our youngest, who just got on the team, is 20, and our oldest is 55.
55. That's awesome. And I believe, who did I interview last year?
That would have been First Sergeant Siebert.
And he is retired. And you've stepped up to be the interviewee, huh?
Yeah, I took his spot. I'm the First Sergeant now.
That's great. So how many events do you guys usually do throughout the year?
So it's kind of broken up in a couple categories, as in on-post events, which is our main thing. We keep the real professionalism of those like change of command ceremonies and keep that. And then we also serve the families as well, where we do trail rides, stable calls, and just get where we take care of our own community first, right? And then we go to the local right outside, just like Salina here, take care of our local partners. And then we push further out to all the different ones where last year we were in Cheyenne, Cody, Wyoming, Oklahoma.
That's awesome. So a lot of traveling.
Yes,
a lot of traveling. So Sergeant Lopez, what do you do with the group?
Currently, ma'am, I am the lead medic for the CGMCG as well as the leather NCOIC.
So what prompted you to be a Color Guard member?
Honestly, ma'am, my wife had a horse long before I did. She kind of talked me into it. We were kind of mulling it over back and forth, and I decided to put an application. I got extremely lucky, volunteered my time for 60 days, and was selected to be part of the team.
So it is an application selection process, that is correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. So what kind of qualifications do they have to go through?
Currently, right now, there is no requirement to be on the CGMCG, except you have to be an active duty soldier and have at least, was it 1 year time on station, 2 years time on station, and that is the minimum requirement. As far as that goes, you don't have to have any kind of riding experience. It's all taught to you within that 60 days.
So you said active duty soldier.
Yes, ma'am.
So you both are active duty?
Yes, ma'am.
What branch are you guys in?
Army, ma'am. What branch?
Yeah.
I'm a medic. We're actually both medics.
Okay.
Yes.
For what?
The United States Army.
All right. Right.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you guys for your service. We greatly appreciate that. So just men, or is it men and women?
It's men and women currently, ma'am.
Yeah. Awesome. So I have to know, because I've seen some of the horses you guys ride. Any certain breed that you guys stick with? Or is it just an assortment?
So we try and stick with the quarter horse because that's what's periodically correct for our the time frame that we represent. But we take on quarter horses. We have Mustangs and 2 mules and 2 Porsches.
I was saying, I've seen the mules because they pull your team, right?
Yes,
Don't they
ma'am.
pull your wagon? So they have a really neat wagon that you will see probably out here on the grounds if you guys are around here. So thank you guys. I greatly appreciate it. How can our viewers get a hold of somebody and find out more information should they be interested in filling out an application?
So follow us on the Commanding General's Mounted Color Guard Facebook page. That's where I keep up the most update information. You can also go to the Fort Riley webpage and find out there. On that, if you want to request us for an event, there's an actual event form that the military uses. The further out and ahead is the best way to do that for an event. Also, if you're able to get on post, which you can if you go through the visitor center, if you're not a military member or spouse, you can come down. The stables are always open. So Come down, walk those stables. I mean, that is to think that we walk the stables. We are housing the 1,800 stables. So there's 2 that we own. Our stables and our farrier shop were actually used for the original purpose.
That's
so
cool.
As we bring and do these horses, in the stables, I think of all the troopers past that went through there.
Yeah.
So come visit us. I mean, it's definitely just a neat thing in that historic part of Post, and pet the horses. it's just a good time to
great.
walk down the past.
Is there anything that we could do for you guys or our viewers? Is there anything that you guys, do you guys work off of donations or anything like that, horse-wise or anything?
Yeah, so if you have horses and you want to, potentially donate them, it is a special honor that we get those. We've had people who saw our horses on the Cowboy Channel last year. They're like, I donated that horse. What's going to be neat is they're going to be part of a very rare group now that's going to be U.S. Army branded.
Right.
And I always love that.
That gives me chills.
I think our Instagram post hit over 1 million on the U.S. Army Instagram, which was the highest viewed one ever.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And the other thing, if you're going to support us, like the page, write comments if you like it. Keep tradition alive. That's the one thing we don't want to get away from. And so just shoot those comments out to us. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you want to see. And, we'll try to accommodate the best we can.
That's great. Go ahead.
As well, there is, if you type in the Fort Riley ICE comments, we always appreciate the positive ICE comments. You can talk about how much you appreciate us coming out to see you guys, how much you like the performance. It's meant to show our leadership what we're doing for you guys and what we can do for you guys in the future.
Great. Well, thank you guys. I greatly appreciate it. Nice
thanks
meeting
for
you.
having us.
All right.